go. So we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We say that every episode. They don't understand. Like, they're just putting it on.
Well, a week goes by in between episodes.
I know, but we should just be like, hi.
A week goes. Hey.
We missed you.
Okay, let's restart.
Okay.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up, nuts?
Naughty nuts.
Nuts.
I'm going to make nut on you.
Hey.
Is
Hey.
that different?
Nut?
I mean,
No, that's good.
nutting's a good thing.
Nuts are the best thing. It's my favorite part.
That's your favorite part.
My favorite part of the whole thing is when
Oh.
I nut. ACON podcast. Welcome. A couple of nuts talking. Welcome.
Hi. Good day.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Buenos dias.
Deep breath in.
Okay. Well, we started off the last episode and we were talking about something that had happened,
Mhm.
and it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was.
for me. And this has happened before, and we talked about it on a podcast before, but this was different than the last time.
It happened
And
before?
when you gave blood.
Oh, right. Okay, don't give it away. But yeah, okay.
Boyfriend! Remember?
Boyfriend.
That's before
Yeah,
we were
the
married
the
and the nurse blood taker guy. What are they called?
Boyfriend.
What are those blood
RN.
people called?
RN.
They don't have a specific name? Paleontologist? What are the blood people?
Hema something.
Hemothropics? Vampires?
Hematologist. Let's look. I'll look right now while you do that. Even though you have the big ass computer in front of your
Well,
face.
should we retell that story again, or should we just go in to this next story of something that happened to us the other day?
Well, I think because you already brought it up, you should do a little like
So, Bethany was going to get blood work done.
phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist. I
That's
knew it was
right.
something.
I
was
know.
way off, but I knew it was something.
Now that I see it, it's like, of course.
Phlebotomist.
Yeah, it's all flablups.
What is it? What does phlebobaboo have to do with blood?
I think the PHLEB is blood in probably like Latin or something or
Oh.
Greek.
Well, this isn't fucking Latin. Wait,
No, it's probably Greek. Hold on.
Latin's not a place. That's a language.
Yeah, babe.
I was about to say this isn't Latin, okay?
That's where they get Latino
in
and
Latin.
Latina.
We're not in Latin, are we?
Spanish speaking.
Oh, okay.
Latina, Latin.
Wow.
But Latin is it? I know Latin from Italy. Like the churches.
So the Spaniards, were the ones that conquered this
Yes.
place and took this place over. Just FYI for the history buffs out there. They were one of, later there was obviously Native Americans. They were all killing each other and trying to take over each other's lands. And then it was the Spaniards that came in because Columbus was Christopher Columbus, who might not even be a real person. That just might be a made-up history thing.
Yeah, we don't know now.
Holy
Now
shit,
all of
man.
it is a fucking crapshoot. And you know what I think? I
Ugh.
think they take little tiny dabs and dibbles of different things, or the person who wrote it puts their little name in it or whatever. We have no clue.
Dude, let me tell you what, guys. Once you realize the Earth's flat, your eyes really open.
High five. High
Are
five.
we kidding? Is
Are
he
we?
kidding? Is she kidding? Or are they
What
for
the
real?
hell?
Are they flat earthers?
Can we fall off?
Oh my God!
What
Where's
is
the
happening?
end? Where's the end? And here's the argument to that: you think the
Are we in
universe
a
is
dome?
infinite? You think the universe is infinite? Why can't land be infinite? Boo, motherfuckers! Ah.
Are we really just balanced on the back end of a turtle? A shell of a turtle?
They did. There is people that think.
I know.
That,
Mayans wrote pictures of it.
they used to chop a
Depicted.
lot of people's heads off too on those little square pyramid things.
Yeah.
And those really big staircases.
And they would let them drop
And
as a
then
sacrifice.
the heads would roll down the
Yeah.
staircases.
Heads will roll, heads will roll.
Heads will roll. We have a band called Haunted Heir. And it's cool on Spotify, which you don't get any money for unless you're fucking Taylor Swift or Coldplay, some Satanist singer. It suggests other artists to listen to. And if you have like 0 listeners and stuff like that.
Can I just say, I have so many friends who, if they heard you just say Taylor Swift is a Satanist and that I believe it, I fear they love her so much that I would lose them as friends. Now,
it's the scary part, isn't it?
Protection, their rejection is my protection.
Exactly.
But it's so sad. But yeah, I mean,
so you get recommended other artists to listen to, and our little band, Haunted Heir, we unfortunately don't have many listeners yet. We will. We have new music coming out. But we finally got a suggestion of what other listeners that listen to us listen to.
Because we've had that many listeners.
And it is the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Really?
And I always thought that because in one of our songs, you do sound like Karen in one of the songs. It always gave me Yeah 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 vibes.
Karen from the Yeah
Karen
Yeahs,
up.
not Karen like we know Karen anymore. That name.
No.
Oh, okay.
Karen
just kidding.
O.
I know.
Of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. And I always thought you kind of sounded like her in that one song. And I never said
What
it.
song?
No show once again.
Oh,
Because
I don't care.
the way it's recorded, there's a little reverb on your voice. Anyway, I never said it. I never told you that, and I never said that to anyone. But then, sure enough, that's the other listeners listens to the
Wow,
Yeah Yeah
that's
Yeahs.
crazy. I love that.
So
Thank
we
you.
fall into that category, which is a fucking cool category.
But we
to
get
fall in.
just for you guys who are like, oh, we love this podcast and we would love to support them because they've obviously got our ear in talking. I can't imagine if they created music. If you all we also get what's that word?
Okay, what are you talking about?
When they tell you that you sound like somebody
Influences compared to.
we get compared to you get Mark
I
Lanigan.
get Mark Lanigan because my voice is like this when I sing sometimes.
And then we get his other project with the girl on
yeah,
it.
Isabel something or other from
And
Bell.
then did we get Belle and Sebastian? Was that it?
We
No.
got Sparkle Horse.
Sparkle
We've got
Horse.
in. Anyways, I think I'm going to insert a little clip of one of our songs. I'm
Why
going to
don't
insert
you?
the Yeah Yeah Yeah
Okay,
sound
I've been telling Sean
here.
that we should have our music
hold
in
on.
this.
right here.
No show, once again. Step back, now you're dead. Get out. I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you've seen. I don't care what you've done. I just know what I need.
Yeah, come on.
Oh man, that
is-
makes me feel good.
That's a little snippet of one of our songs, everybody. Go ahead and search it out and listen to the rest of it.
And then like that and subscribe to that and review that and share it.
I'll tell you something. We recorded that on the MacBook with 0 plugins. I recorded everything, and we recorded our vocals just hovering over the computer because there's a microphone in the speakers in your computers, in your MacBooks. And we recorded everything right into the speakers.
Yeah.
We didn't have any microphones.
No, in the bathroom. Well, the singing we did in the bathroom.
Why didn't we just get these microphones like this and record stuff? Why was I
Honey,
recording like that?
We do everything the hard way.
I might have been on drugs at that time.
Yes.
I think
you
at that
were.
point when we recorded that, though, I think I was just smoking a lot of pot. Or was I back
No,
in the pills again?
you were pills, honey.
I was, because I wasn't doing anything but sitting here and taking pills and
That's
scheming,
right. And
shucking
stealing
and
my
jiving,
money.
shucking and a jiving. I was making
Okay,
money.
we're not
my
going
own
back to
ways.
that. How does every fucking subject come back to you doing pills? I mean, every subject.
That's pretty wild, isn't it?
We were going to talk about what happened.
So something very scary happened the other day, everybody. And it's happened before, but it made a little more sense the first time it happened. Should we just tell the first time it happened? Okay, the first time it happened, Bethany went to go get some blood work done. And you're not supposed to eat anything in the morning and yada, yada.
I had hypothyroidism.
Right, so you had to
so
go
I
get
had
for
to
your
go
medication.
every 6 months at least to go get everything, all my blood work done. And in pure Western medicine fashion, they took way too much blood. Literally, their
Yeah.
testing takes one drop, like boop, boop, that's it. And they took 10
He just
vials.
kept taking vials and vials, and I think I even walked out halfway through. That's why I left. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll just be out here, baby, because it was kind of
It's a tiny room.
tiny room, kind of hard to watch. And then so I leave, and I'm sitting
As they're
out.
draining life out of me.
Yeah, and I'm sitting out there in the waiting room for like and like a minute later, I hear boyfriend, and it's the guy, the nurse, the phlebotomist, screaming at me to come in because Bethany's fucking slouched over, eyes wide open, pale as a ghost. Her body is like cramping up and seizing, and she's fucking dead to the world.
Yeah, I weigh like 110 pounds.
She completely fainted, and it was so fucking scary. It was so fucking scary. And then we get her up onto the little bed they have in there with that paper wrap, wax paper on the bed thing.
Like a cookie sheet.
And then she wakes up just smiling. Like, what happened? I'm sitting
Oh,
there.
I felt so good.
I was on the verge of a heart attack, which I've already had, so I was about to have number 2. And she's completely relaxed.
I've never felt so relaxed.
She's like, oh my God, what just happened?
Because I'm never relaxed.
Smiling. And I was like, babe, you just died. Like, you didn't die, obviously. You fainted. But it looked like you were dead.
Yeah,
And it
you
was
really
horrifying.
treated me so nice that day. It was so
horrifying.
sweet.
I treat you nice every day.
No, but it was like something special about that day. You even
Is that how the
said-
past few days have been now?
Yeah,
too?
it's real nice. It's so nice.
Wow, babe. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm so good to you. But so anyways, that happened then, and then, flash forward to a couple days ago, we were making our monthly Costco trip.
Right, we went to Costco.
You
Or
want to
like
go?
I like to call it Casco.
You want to go into detail of why you weren't feeling good, or do you want to? Yeah, you might as well, because that's what happened.
part of it. So I
First of all, let me
Okay.
interject real quick, and then
yeah,
we'll
haven't
let
even
you.
started talking.
So we
Okay.
get to Costco, and we have to return a couple pairs of pants because I bought the wrong size because I'm not as skinny as I used to be.
2 sizes off.
So I had to, I got a 32, and I was like, I've always worn a size 32, but I really haven't bought a pair of pants in a long time.
And by the way, all of his pants are 33s.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even make sense.
So I don't know why I thought
You not only didn't stay the same size you've been,
Yeah.
you also definitely didn't get skinnier.
Yeah, I didn't. And then I realized when I tried them on, I'm like, fuck, these are tight. And I did wear them one time to the casino, and then
Oh yeah, but you were feeling it. You were like, "Oh my God, these
this
pants."
is so well. There's also 2 locking mechanisms in the pants. There's a button on the
High-tech
inside that
pants.
you could hook in, and then there's like a hook you hook on the outside, little metal
Mhm.
flat hook that
Oh yeah.
slides in. And I can only do the metal hook. I couldn't do the button on the
Oh,
inside.
that's adorable.
But you were telling me, you're like, yeah, well, babe, you don't want to get too comfortable. Keep them so you can squeeze back into them. So, and I
Well,
thought
yeah.
the same thing. I was like,
I'm very much of the adage, like, if you start buying bigger clothes, you will get bigger. Like, you're telling your mind
yeah,
to do it.
I know.
And if you want to stay your size, you never compromise.
So we held on to them.
Yeah.
We held on. It's just an interesting chain of events that happened if you think about it. Like the time.
Oh,
and
just
it
wait.
was crazy crowded. It was, but we did find parking pretty quickly, but it was insane. It was was it Saturday or
Uh-huh.
Friday?
No,
It
Saturday.
was Friday. It was a
Oh,
Friday.
yeah. It wasn't yesterday. It was yesterday.
And nobody
Yesterday.
works anymore, so everybody's shopping and buying shit. And Costco was crazy. We had to wait in line for the return, which was out the door, as
Probably
it
like
usually
25
is.
minutes.
And we returned the pants, and then we go in shopping. And usually when we go shopping, Bethany's like, we gotta go. We get in now. Can we please just go? So I was like, yeah, of course.
Immediately, I, from the threshold of the door,
Yeah,
am asking how much longer.
Absolutely.
I hate shopping.
she hates shopping. I enjoy shopping, and we do it together.
He makes me
Most
do
of
it.
the time. And I should have known something was up, because normally she doesn't leave my side when I shop. And we looked at something, and then we're like, okay, we're not going to get this. And then boom, to the next thing. I had to go get my organic tortillas. And then the next thing I know, she's not there with me. She's not with me. And that's weird to me.
Because I don't look at any. I don't want anything. I don't
Yeah,
know anything.
She's not a wanderer. She doesn't peruse like I do. And it was weird. So we started calling each other. Actually, when I called you, I had just dialed your number, and it didn't go through because you were calling me right at that moment.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So I picked up, and I was like, babe, I'm over here. I'm at the aisle, the last freezer section, the aisle next to it. You know where that is because we used to get
Yeah.
the top ramens there all the time. So she knows exactly where that is. So I'm standing there, and I'm just waiting. I'm looking like between the big shelves of shit. I'm like, oh, no, to the left, nope. To the right, nope. I take my phone out. I'm looking at my phone. I try calling you again. You don't answer. And then, so I'm like, whatever.
I will tell you, I remember that, and I didn't move.
Yeah.
Like, you told me to come to you, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I just remember, I felt like a goldfish in a bowl where, like, everything I was looking at, I was just, but I didn't feel not myself. Like in the moment, I
Yeah.
didn't know anything was going on. I just thought like I'm distracted.
And I'm
Or-
very I'm a very impatient person at times. So I sat there and I was kind of getting pissed at myself. I was like, what the fuck is she doing? In my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck is she doing? Where is she? What the fuck is going on? Fucking babe. So I call you again, kind of angrily. Not angry, but I was
But
like,
you
what's
did because
going
you were like, babe, where are
I
you?
was like,
What are
"Babe,
you doing?
Babe, where are you?
Yeah.
What is going on? And
And then I told him where I was.
it was
I was like, I'm in the pants.
It was a big lesson this day, but so I'm going straight down where all the clothes in Costco are in the center. If you're familiar with Costco, the layout's pretty much the same everywhere. All the clothes are in the middle of the place, and I see her just standing there with a big old pillow in her hands, and I'm like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I had the pillow. That
She
made
found
me
a
feel
pillow.
nice.
I was like, well, I'm good because she wanted a jacket, and I'm like, good. She's shopping around. Finally, she's looking for stuff all on her own. This is amazing. And you had a pillow, and you had a little shirt and a little jacket, and and then I went,
Which is, by the way, so unlike me.
very unlike her.
When I tell you I don't buy anything, like
Yeah.
I don't buy anything. I don't even look. I don't care. So yeah, that should have been our first warning.
She doesn't. We wear the same clothes.
Yeah.
Like we do buy some new stuff, but at the end of the day, we wear the same.
We
fucking
don't wear
shit.
the same clothes. It sounds like we wear
No,
the same
like
clothes.
she'll wear the same shirt and pants, and
Yeah.
I wear my same 3 shirts and 1 pair
Like
of
the
pants.
beauty of, and why I think we're so good for each other too, and why I love Sean is he's as well, unless it's a vinyl record, he's a minimalist. Like I don't like name brands. Like I don't need stuff. I'm not.
I have a weird
not
thing
a
where like
consumer.
I buy vinyl records that I don't listen to, and then I buy a bunch
Right.
a bunch of books, and I don't
I do
read the
too.
books. I start the books, and now I just have like the stack of books.
We have attention problems.
Yeah.
But
But
we're
we don't-
also so creative. That's why. Like
Oh.
we just start working on things. But we're
Not
we're
To
tangenting.
toot our own horn, but we are pretty creative.
We are pretty
You just
creative.
heard that band, our band we just played you.
Right? That's just one thing we do.
So we're
So-
clothes shopping, and she puts.
So he
this-
calls me again, and he comes to me this time because I'm in the clothing.
Yeah, I have to find her, and I do, and then we finish up the clothing shopping. And she's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling too good," and I was like, "Okay, well, and then whatever. We start hauling ass.
He
out of
doesn't
there.
care. By the way,
It's not that, honey. I started hauling ass.
that is not hauling ass.
You went out. Normally, I would go to the bread aisle with
You
you.
wanted to
I would
go
look
to
at the bread.
everything.
Not true. You said, I'll grab the bread. You go check out. I went directly to the checkout line because you didn't feel good. So I went direct. And don't say I didn't, because I went directly to the checkout line.
No, I know, but I didn't feel good earlier, and we still had to go through like. Remember we did all the
Yeah,
water
but
and
that
the
happens
salads
every
and
time
the-
we go shopping. You have to understand. Every time we go shopping,
No,
you
I
don't
don't-
feel good.
No.
I know, but you didn't tell me.
Hold on, because we're gonna make a correction. I never tell you I don't feel good. I say I want to leave.
Same thing.
No, it's not. It's super different, and everyone out there will know. Sean, I don't like to be around people. I don't like the way they are in Costco. I don't like the lighting in
I
Costco.
know.
I don't like anything about shopping in general, like
Costco's really-
consumerism.
Costco's a very intense place, especially with the food samples, which
It's
we talked
just
about before.
weird to me.
It's like casino people, very
So-
angry, aggro vibe in Costco.
But I really want to clarify this. I have never told you I don't feel good. It's very different.
Okay. So you said you
So-
didn't feel good and why didn't you feel good?
Two things. Well, one the major
Besides the
thing,
Costco
right?
vibe.
The major thing was I got my period.
First day of her
my
woman
period.
stuff.
So my menstruation, and I would say like once or twice every 6 months, I will have an intense period, like
Right.
just puts me out.
Heavy
Migraines,
flowage,
heavy
gnarly
flow,
cramps.
yeah, like it's too much. But I was like cramp wise, it was tolerable. But I was having this thing where like my legs, I kept saying like my legs don't want to walk.
Right.
Like I was like I can't, and like I didn't want to stand anymore. I don't know. I was feeling a little shortness of breath,
right.
and I was just like I don't feel right. I kept saying I didn't even say I don't feel good. I said I don't feel right.
Yeah.
And so we went into the line finally. I went and got bread.
Yeah, I was in line waiting for you. You started to say you didn't feel right when you got into line, I feel like. I don't remember you saying it before
No,
that.
I did. I said it when we were in the freeze, like over by the freeze, when we started going down the
Okay,
aisles.
yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, I can't walk anymore, baby. Remember?
Yeah. And then we And then I went into the line. You went to go grab Dave's Killer Bread Organic Deliciousness. He actually employs people that are just out of jail at his bread company. It's a pretty cool
Oh,
company.
that's sweet.
Very sweet. And I'm in line, and it's an interesting turn of events because I found the shortest line somehow. And then there was just a basket there by itself backing us all up. So I went up, and I moved the basket forward, and it was some guy finally came, selfish Costco shopper. And then I moved forward, and then there's this older guy that pointed at me. And I think he was just asking if I was in that line too, because he was coming from the opposite way from the tampon area over that wall where the pharmacy is, and I was coming from the opposite way. And I didn't even acknowledge him, but he pointed, and then he got behind me, and then you came, and then you're like, I don't think they have any tampons or pads here. I was like, oh, I don't know. And then we found him over by the pharmacy section.
Yeah.
And then you go over to the pad section. You get your box of pads.
Yeah.
And then we're moving up to the cash register. And then I'll let you take it over from
I
here.
came back with the pads that, it was so funny for Ben listening.
It is what it is. And then
you were leaning on the cart, and I remember
Well, first of all, we passed on the pads because they weren't organic.
yeah.
Okay, let's put that out there.
Yeah, they only had one kind, and it wasn't organic.
Ladies, get some organic things for your
Don't
private
put
parts,
that shit by
'cause
your pussy. There's
so many
chlorine
chemicals.
and just so many chemicals.
Chemicals in
And
everything.
plastics,
There's
yeah.
chemicals in toilet paper. There's chemicals in
Kleenex
tampons,
and napkins and
everything.
receipts.
Guys, they're
Jesus,
killing us.
they
Guys, they're killing us.
And back. And I remember Sean was like leaning over on the cart, and I was so jealous because I was like, I can't keep my body up, like my legs. I was like, I'm just so tired. And so I went over by him and I leaned on it too. And the guy in front of us had 15 cards. He's probably a drug dealer, and his addicts pay with gift cards and EBTs.
So the Costco cashier guy had to put in the right amount for each card. So one card was $145.
But he didn't know the amounts.
No, the guy was like, there should be 500 on there. And the guy's like, I just put 500 in. It's denying.
So then they would go down by 25, and it was taking forever. And there was literally just one person in front of us.
We
could have been in and out
in the car by the time we needed to be in the car.
And it was taking a long time.
But it all happened for a reason. The way it all played out.
Oh yeah. So I'm leaning on the cart, and then I'm on the other side of the aisle because we get to finally put our stuff on the checkout.
Yeah.
And I'm on one side of the belt, and he's on the other. We put everything down, and
that was weird too. You stayed over on the other side of the belt.
Yeah, I don't know.
You were on the side that the cashier was on, and I had already put everything up, and it was weird what you were doing.
Oh, because I was holding on to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't know how long I have. So I moved over to Sean, and I stood in front of him I was holding on to the side of the cashier's counter.
Yeah.
And I put Sean behind me, and I said, I feel like I'm going to faint. I don't feel right.
Yeah. And I was like, no, you're not, baby. No,
he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, no, I can't stay anymore. We were looking for a chair or anything.
Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, we were looking for a place for you to sit down. I was like, you're okay, baby. We're going to be done. Oh, you're not going to? No. And then
you have to tell the rest of the story.
And then she.
Oh, I do remember thinking in my head, I'm just going to bend my knees a little.
Yeah.
I did say that. I was like, I'm going to bend my knees a little and just relax.
So she was in front of me at this point, and she just slowly goes down, and I grab her, and I'm looking down at her, and your face was tilted to the side, your eyes were wide open, but you were frowning, and then it looked kind of like you were having a seizure. Your head started to shake a little bit, up and down, and then I'm just staring at you, holding you. I had no idea what to do, because you've never fainted like this. I've only seen you twice before it's happened. And then the cashier was just like, is she okay? I was like, no, she fainted. And I look at him, and he's like, I don't know. And then this woman behind us, from the older guy that pointed at me, his wife is there all of a sudden. I didn't even know that he had a wife. And then out of nowhere, she's like, is she...
Nor would you know, because he's a stranger.
Yeah. And she says, is she okay? And I say, no, she just fainted. And then I'm holding you up at this point. I think I'm holding you up for 15, 20 seconds. You're just completely lifeless. And I'm holding your Weekend at Bernie's. I'm holding your lifeless body up, not knowing what to do. I'm in my head, I'm thinking it's going to pass. She's going to faint. She's going to come out of it. Yeah. I did think that. So I was thinking I'd just hold you up until it passes. It wasn't passing. And then the woman was like, she needs to lay down. Let's lay her down, okay? And then the voice of reason, this woman out of nowhere. And so we slowly lay her down, and your legs bend behind you. So the woman, her name ended up being Joanne,
That's my mom's
which
name.
is mom's name, which is crazy.
It's adorable.
It's so sweet. This woman was so sweet. Everybody was very kind and worried for you. And
Oh, I do remember before I passed out, like being like, no, I don't want to do this here or something like that.
you were
And
very worried about being that person
yeah.
in public. And
Well, because I thought everyone's going to think I'm on drugs or something.
right, we definitely look like fetty addicts. We look
'Cause
like
we
drug
don't
addicts.
Dress nice. Or
No,
anything.
my hair is a frizzy mess. I'm wearing this jacket I've been wearing for fucking years that looks like shit. I did put on some pants though, I think, regular pants. I think you didn't have sweatpants. You had regular pants. You
No,
had
I
jeans
pant.
on.
I always wear jeans.
Yeah, you get dressed when we go out. But you had your hoodie on that's covered in cat hair, and your
Cat
hair
hair,
was a
yeah.
bit of a mess. And so she collapses into my arms, and then this woman's like, we need to lay her down. So we lay her down, and your legs fold behind you. So you're like a dead, like you got KO'd. Your
Yeah.
legs are bent under you. So Joanne grabs you. So we lay you down, and then I come and I get your legs out. And then you're in Joanne's lap. And then, again, just like you did in the hospital, you woke up, but you looked a little more confused this time.
Oh, I was confused. I had no idea.
You weren't confused in the blood place. You were, but not like this. And you looked, it was very worrisome. And you looked confused, and you looked up at Joanne, and then you were just looking around, and you weren't very responsive. Like you were a little bit, you could hear us, but you weren't very responsive, and it was very worrisome. And then the line shifted over. It had to go to everybody that was behind us. It was very busy.
Aw.
So and I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to that, but when I got up to finish checking out. Anyways, she fainted in Costco.
So, but the rest of the story is
Well, it's not done. The story's
I thought you were
nowhere.
going to, I was
No,
like,
no,
oh my
no.
God.
I don't know if I've said that yet because I'm reliving it now. And it was
Yeah.
it was traumatic, honey.
I know, honey. When I saw your face, it broke my heart, but I couldn't do anything because
I
I
know.
was like out.
It's, it's all about me. And that's
know.
seriously what's going on here. So she's fainted, and, Costco don't want any lawsuits. So we got like fucking 10 Costco employees out of nowhere, and they have a wheelchair on standby. Boom.
Yeah.
That wheelchair got there quick.
Yeah.
So they brought a wheelchair, and you're laying on the ground for a good minute, 2 minutes, maybe 3. I don't know. Time kind of stood still there. And we get you up into the wheelchair, and you're just sitting there, and you're starting to come back. I'm like, oh, my God. You're coming back.
No, I remember when I saw the wheelchair, I was like, oh, no, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I remember being
absolutely
like, I'll be
insane.
okay. And then,
So we get her in the wheelchair, and then I have a cart full of shit that I have to check out. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
business as usual. Let's get back to it after that crazy thing just happened. So he starts ringing me out, and he was like, man, that was crazy. I was like, I know, man, that was scary. He's like, that was scary, the cashier guy.
Aw.
And then Joanne is with you the whole time, too. This
Yeah.
complete stranger is
She's
just
so
standing with
sweet.
you, asking you questions. Turns out she was an RN. She was a
Yeah.
nurse. This lady behind us. Like, what the fuck are the odds? So she was the voice of reason. It was still really scary, even though... And she was worried. And then she got really worried because as we're wheeling you out...
Well, just so you know, I'm trying to bring my vision back.
Yeah, do you remember it all when you're in the wheelchair?
Yeah, so I remember seeing the wheelchair, this like fatter gentleman. I'm going to get canceled for saying that, but like a bigger gentleman.
He was fat. He was overweight.
He was over, like big face, in my face,
Yeah.
like smiling, like I got a wheelchair, holding a wheelchair, and
Yeah.
I just,
It was exciting for them. This was probably the most exciting
Yeah.
day Costco's seen in a while.
And I remember being like, oh no, and then Joanne, which I didn't know what's her name at the time, but she's like, I'm a nurse. She's like, let's go in the wheelchair. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to. She's like, you need to be in the wheelchair. I was like, okay. She's like, I'll help you walk over there. And then, so I got up and sat down, and thank God it was there. Cause like, again, my legs were just like, and we're tired.
Yeah.
We're so tired. And then, so she was trying to fix the wheelchair cause it was like way broken, and she couldn't fix it to help keep my legs in. But she was like, she's like, you fainted, you're going to be okay. And I know she was talking to me,
Yeah.
but it was like I was looking out the Costco door, the light comes from there,
Yeah.
and everything was blurry. And I kept just trying to bring my vision back. I
You
was
said
like,
you saw everybody as lights.
well, that's what I was going to say. So I was trying to bring everyone back. And it was so crazy. Well, not everyone had lights.
Yeah.
But there were certain people.
Did I have a light?
You weren't there
You
in front
didn't
of
look at me, yeah.
No. But there were like 3 or 4 out of 60 people.
Right.
That had these
Hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people, yeah.
At Costco.
Had these lights coming from where their heart is. It was like,
Wow.
and it was bright, like
yeah.
a star. And it was making everything else blurry. And then I could see out the door as light as well. So I was like, but it wasn't the same kind of light that I was seeing. And honestly, I think it was three stars. I saw 3 people out of all those people with this like beautiful bright light.
Yeah.
But it also was scaring me because I was like, why am I seeing this and not seeing clearly people and Costco shit. Like I saw nothing in Costco.
Right.
I can't even explain it. It was like nothing else exists except movements of blur, and then just the 3 movements of blur with these stars, these like brightness. But I remember being like, oh shit, I can't see. Like I remember being like, I can't see. I don't know if I was saying it out loud or not, but I was like, everything's blurry. And then I remember telling myself like, come on, Bethany, just like focus up. So I like kept on just struggling with my sight to try and do it. And now I know we started moving before I passed out because it was still blurry, and I saw the star, and then all of a sudden it was just white light.
Yeah.
And I was gone again.
So we're wheeling you out, and I've got a big basket full of Costco shit that I could really care less about in that moment. But like, it's the only thing I could focus on because there's nothing I could do for you.
Yeah.
And the Costco worker took the receipt from me, and then she went ahead of me with you. Joanne and you were ahead of me because I had like this fucking 180-pound cart full of shit. And they checked the receipt, and then I get stopped by a person like, where's your receipt? I was like, well, that lady that works here. And then she's like, oh, you're okay. So that set me back even a little further from you guys. And then
I was out.
Not yet. You were starting to. You were still like.
Oh, I don't remember
I was
any
like,
of it.
and then I finally caught up to you guys because they needed to know where we parked, and I completely.
Honey, I think I was out because I don't have any recollection.
No, you were out, but you weren't like totally out because you were. I was like, baby, are you okay? You're like, oh. You're kind of moaning a little bit.
Oh.
And then I saw it again. I was like, oh God, she's going again. And you're sitting down because then your head tilted over, and then your eyes you didn't blink or anything. Your eyes are wide open, completely dilated pupils, all black eyes.
Oh my God.
All black eyes. And that's what happened inside also. You were sweaty, you were stiff, you were cold, like a corpse.
Babe.
And then, so we're wheeling you out, and then you fainted again in the wheelchair. And that's when Joanne was like, okay, this is not normal. She shouldn't, like, her standing up and fainting makes sense. Her sitting down and fainting, that's, that might be something to be worried about. She thought like you were hemorrhaging or something like that.
Well, I was.
Right, you were. And she
Yeah.
thought like there was like, something going on. And she's like, we need to get her to the back of the car. We need to get her feet elevated. So I don't know where the car is. We're down the right aisle because Costco parking lot is huge. And I have the keys, and I keep hitting like the unlock button to look for the lights, the brake lights. And I can't fucking see them. And I see a car that looks exactly like our car. It's got the Illinois plates on it. And we're literally like 2 cars away from it. And I'm not seeing the lights, though. So then they're like, oh, you can't find, okay, they're like, we need to find your car. I was like, I know, I'm going to hit the alarm. They're like, yeah, hit the alarm, we'll find it. So I hit the car alarm. It's that car. We're right by the car. Crazy. And
Honey, you were under duress.
yeah, so we get it. We get you. We pop the car open.
Like, I don't remember being put in the car at all.
Yeah, Joanne and I got you in the back seat. I picked you up, your torso, and I crawled through the car with you, and Joanne had your feet, and she straightened you out, and she put your feet up on the back
That's when
seat
I started
little-
waking up.
Yeah, the back seat little nook area. And you started to wake up, and Joanne was like, "We need to call 911." And you were like, "No, I don't want to call 911." You're like, we don't need to do that." And then I was like, she doesn't want to. And then Joanne's like, If I can make a suggestion, Sean, we need to call because we're on the first name basis now."
Yeah.
I asked what her name was. She told me. I said, "Hi, I'm me." And then she's like, "If I can make a suggestion, we need to call 911." So we called 911. Had to call 911.
And just like my mother with that name,
Joanne.
she would have negated what I said and made you do what she wanted.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
But I'm really glad that we did.
No, of course. I am too. To like just out,
You didn't want to call 911 because we don't like most people, hospitals, but we really don't like the business. Like, I guess most people don't, but we don't trust hospitals.
Yeah.
We don't trust doctors. Sorry to say it, but we don't. It's a business. And you were saying that. You're like, remember? I don't know if you remember saying that to me. Because I came over around where your head was. I brought you your water, and I was petting you. And you're like, "I don't want to go, baby. Remember, we don't want to go." I was like, I said this. I was like, "Don't worry, babe. They're not going to hook you up to like a breathing machine. You don't have the sickness that everybody had at one point when the pandemic locked down." I was like, "They're not going to hook you up to a ventilator. Don't worry about it, baby. You don't even have to go." So we called 911, and surprisingly, the ambulance got there fairly quick. I want to say, like, they called 911. 5 minutes later, that ambulance was parked in front of the Costco, and they couldn't bring the ambulance over to us, so they parked in front of the Costco, and then they walked over their little stretcher chair with all their little tools in it. And a couple young bucks came over, paramedic guys. And do you remember from here?
I remember drinking a little water. Oh, I remember getting water in Costco too, needing it. Like I was so
they
thirsty.
brought you a cup of water.
The guy who brought the wheelchair handed me the water.
Yeah.
And but yeah, when I was outside in the car, I mean, yeah, because didn't they make me sit up? Or was that after?
Well, at first, no. When they hooked up all the little sticky things to check your heart.
I remember him saying, like, "I'm going to check your heart." And I was like, I don't even know if I answered, but I was like, okay.
You were in a
was.
haze, but you were responding at that point.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then I thought he put like 2, maybe 3 sticky things on me.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. We could get into that after.
And we'll do it after.
Yeah.
And he like hooked him up and whatever. And
they put all the little sticky things with the little metal dots on them so they could get all your readings, your pulse and your heart.
Oh no, he got my blood pressure right away. He put that on immediately.
Yeah.
And I had to get my sweatshirt off and I could not get it off.
Yeah.
And but he put that on and he said it was normal, and then he put the sticky things and then checked my heart, and he's like, "That's all normal." And then this is what I do remember, because he was like, "Are you on any medications?" And
Right.
I was like, "No." And he was like, "Anything? Are you on any medications?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "It's the first day of my period." I said that like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, it's important information. They need to know that.
Like, I was like, "No, it's just my first day of my period." And he was like, "No, but have you taken anything?" He's like, "Anything." And I was like,
They were very insistent. I mean, they deal with overdoses all the time.
right.
So
But
they
I
had
was
to-
like, "No, I don't take anything." Like, he's like, "So 0 medication?" And I was like, 0.
"Sir, we drink water out of copper water
Water
bottles.
bottles, right.
So
I have an earthing mat.
yeah.
I take Celtic salt.
I talk to trees, sir.
I do.
I'm not on medications.
Yes,
okay.
exactly. And I do sun gazing.
Right.
Was that one of the babies?
Yeah, they're both kind of coming in and out.
Okay.
They feel the worry.
It, yeah, because I'm glad we're telling the story now, so we don't have to tell it again, because
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
lot. But so he kept asking me medication, and I could feel the judgment. And I told Sean, I'm like, they think we're fucking drug addicts.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him in that
Even
moment.
though we have a very nice car, I wash that fucking thing weekly, sometimes twice a week. Everything is clean. We just look like
and
drug addicts, I guess.
The thing is, and I say this all the time, like, I don't need to show everyone else
No.
where we're at in life. I don't care. Like, I never have. I like I
No.
said, I don't care about brand names. I don't care about this, that, or the other. I
Go
care
back,
about
though. So-
comfort and happiness.
Go back down there. So you're with the paramedic.
So I'm with
and-
so he keeps on inferring, like asking, and I go, no. And I remember being like, I'm on nothing. Like, because I was like, you think I'm a drug addict or something.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I don't know what he's thinking, but Like, and I get it. I get why. And that's why I was like, I don't take anything. I'm not anything. And he was like, okay. And he was like, well, and I was like, it's just my first day of period. And then the other part that I remember is having to sit up because he wanted me to stand up.
Yeah, he needed to check all the same vitals, but he wanted you
Standing.
standing
Right.
to
And
check all
then-
the same things.
And then we did that, and he's like, you're fine. And then he checked my blood sugar, and it was
They
fine.
did a little prick in your finger.
And then he was like, you can go to the hospital. I was like, no, if everything's fine, then I don't want to
They make it very clear that all they can do is give you a ride to the hospital.
Yeah.
They say that over and over again.
Well, because that's how they get paid.
Right.
The only
they
way
could
they're
just-
going to get paid is if you go to the hospital.
They can't treat you or give you. But he said everything looks good. You're
Yeah.
healthy. And it was just a heavy flow. Joanne was gone. She, she went and got the paramedics, by the way. She
Wow.
ran over to the ambulance.
I wish I knew her last name or
I
something,
mean,
honey, so I could send her flowers
that
or
was
something.
that was it. The woman that worked at Costco stayed the whole time, obviously, because she had to make sure that we weren't going to file a lawsuit. She
Mhm.
didn't care. She had that look in her eyes like, oh. I think maybe she was a little worried, but
She smiled at me once.
yeah. But
Yeah.
Joanne, man, and yes, she went, got the fucking paramedics, and then she walked them over, and then she's like, I gotta go. And her husband was
Of
in the car waiting
course,
for her.
Yeah, like,
I think 45 minutes altogether was the whole thing that happened.
but I wish I got her name.
I know.
But at least you know what they look like. If we are,
Kind
I
of.
do think God will make
she
them
had a
in our
short-
path
She
again.
had a short bob haircut. I wouldn't remember.
I
Older
kind
white.
of remember her face because it was like right in front of my face, but I don't remember her husband or anything. But
She was older, so I'm assuming she's a retired
Yeah.
RN.
yeah. But anyway, so I stood up, I did that, everything seemed fine. They took my blood. He could not get blood out of my finger.
No.
Did you see me? Like he
Yeah.
was squeezing
I know.
my finger
Your
so
hands were so cold. There was like no blood in your hands.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh my god." But then as soon as he stopped squeezing, it's like I went, "Blood come out." And it did.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Jesus, just give it a second like
Yeah.
and whatever." But yeah, that was all okay, and then I just stayed laying in the back seat.
She sure did.
And Babums drove home and
Yeah,
was
I
just
was-
asking me all the time, "You okay? Are
I-
you
I
here?"
didn't know if you were-
I know.
yeah,
I know,
I
babe.
didn't know. It was very
And I was like,
scary.
"Yep." And I was just watching the sky and the clouds, and I remember how pretty the sky
Look
looked.
how pretty the sky looks.
Was I saying it?
Yeah.
I was.
You were.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, but I forgot about this. Two things I forgot about.
What?
So when I was driving, I always see faces and everything.
You mean when you were laying in the back seat?
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely in one of the clouds saw, like, you know, all the clouds look the same on the same day, like they're the same kind, and they were cumulus clouds, so they were
Yeah.
like puffy and they were like cotton bally. And there was this one section of one of the clouds, honey, that kept on like moving, where like puffy clouds don't. They move in the sky, but they don't move around a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a slow burn, you know. Well, this area
I'm alright
with a slow burn.
Taking my time, watch the world turn. Casey Musgraves.
Let's go, girl.
One hit wonder.
So far. So I was watching this one section, and I remember in my head going, I'm not going to tell you I'm seeing this yet because I didn't want it to end. I thought, oh, did I say this out loud where I thought God was talking to me?
No, but you did say that you thought you went somewhere else, but you didn't hear anything, or you don't remember anything. So you're like, maybe God was trying to talk to me, but I don't remember what he was saying. You were saying that.
Yeah, I do, because I do feel like when I saw the lights and stuff, I was like, oh, I was already in the wheelchair, and I went, I'm going to get some kind of, like, I'm needed, or I'm going to get some kind of message. And then I thought I had said something about it, but I guess I didn't. But there's also things that you said I didn't remember saying.
Yeah.
But
You didn't remember anything, but you thought that maybe God was trying to talk to you or help you with something, or you went somewhere else. You were saying that laying down there, but you're like, I don't remember what he said. or
yeah,
what was said
I wish
or
God
anything.
I wish I remembered.
I think I think you have the information in you.
Well, so here's what happened.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this cloud, and it's like moving, and I feel like there's a definite face in it, and it's like an older man face, and it's just kind of moving and like it was all, I felt like it was watching me in the sky. Maybe it was like my guardian angel or something, but like watching me just drive home and get home safe.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. And then I remember, I think later saying, I think God was telling me what I needed to tell me. And then remember, I went to sleep and I woke up on Saturday morning and I said, I think that I went through a reset.
Yeah.
Because I felt really different.
Yeah.
I could cry right now. I feel really different.
I know you do.
Like it's weird.
I do too, baby.
And like in a really good way.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still scared, like now I'm afraid to go out and do anything because I
Right.
hated everything that happened.
I know.
But I do think this is my past to never have to go to Costco again, right?
Yeah. Oh shit! I don't even want to go to Costco, honey. I wish I could request the video footage of it all. To be honest,
Please, yeah.
I think you have to get a warrant and shit like that to get. But
But I
man,
still have shortness of breath,
yeah.
so I don't know if that's part of it. I'm still
I
on
do
my
too,
period,
though,
so I don't
sweetie.
know.
I think it's just the weather with
Trauma.
this fucking rain and wind happening.
And it was stressful and stuff like that. But
and that.
but I mean, okay, I'll just do full disclosure. I feel like all the work I've been doing where I told you I'm like I do believe in frequency and vibration and we're electric beings and all we have to do is kind of start thinking and feeling what we want and it will become. And I honestly think, and I could be crazy, but I honestly think that I'm doing so well at trying to raise my vibration and what I want in the world
Yeah.
that it happened so quickly that I had to like revamp. Like I had to like shut down
Yeah.
because I have so much bullshit in my brain of how I used to think
Yeah.
and like stuff that I've been through that I think I had to like,
That helped
it was
kinda
like the
clear
quick,
it out.
yeah, it was like the quickest way to be like,
Like a delete.
like a computer, like
a delete
shut her
button.
down. Yeah. Shut it. Like God was just like, I'm going to give her a little zap.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her a zap, let her, everything relax. And I told you, I felt so relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. You know, my jaw didn't hurt when I woke up this morning.
Yeah. Mine didn't either,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it does throughout the day.
But what if I jumped you know how there's there's infinite amount of timelines going on.
Right.
Not really timelines,
Parallel
but just parallel
universes,
universes
yeah.
of you in every way you could be.
Yeah.
And I do remember waking, I don't know if you remember, but when I was in the car, I think I said it, where I was like, I think I jumped
You did.
I jumped to another reality.
You did say that.
And I was excited for us because
Yeah.
I was like, I think God just sent me to another reality. And it's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah. Hold on to that
Do you think
feeling.
people think we're crazy?
Probably,
And they
but,
listen to
whatever.
our podcast and they're like, they literally are a couple of nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We are a couple of nuts, babe. I think it was a good reset for me, too, because, like
You've
I
been
said,
real nice.
I'm impatient, and I think it's helping with me to restore my patience.
Do you know what
and
else? Oh, go ahead.
And all that matters is
Me.
you and me and our cats,
And our
obviously.
cats, I
And
was
then
gonna say it.
when they die, we'll get new ones and stuff like that. But
Wow.
none of the noise matters, babe,
Yeah.
out there. Like, it's not important. It never is serious.
Yeah.
Everything. Your job, the career, whatever it is, it's not that serious. It's never that serious. All that matters is right now,
Yeah.
in this moment, and when you're with the ones that you love.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of it, and that was the big lesson for me.
Yeah. I hope another lesson is when I say I don't feel good, we should just go.
We were going. I mean, we could have just
no,
dropped
but I
the
mean,
cart
dropped it and left.
But like I said, I wouldn't have known what to do with you, honey. I wouldn't have known.
No,
'cause you-
I don't, honey. We did everything. Oh, because we didn't even tell him what happened. So this is crazy. So yeah, her name was Joanne, which is my mom. The pillow that I carried,
Oh yeah, we got that pillow.
and I needed the pillow in the car.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
right, it was like everything was set up. We had water.
Yeah.
We had pillow. We had Joanne.
Yeah,
There was one more
nurse.
thing. There was one more thing. that I thought we bought that like it was like we
No.
were setting it up. I don't know.
How was it?
Oh, well, and the good thing was, like Sean said, if this had happened at home, I would have been in an ambulance to a hospital. It would have sucked.
Yeah.
So like everything happened. And then at Costco, if Joanne wasn't there, we wouldn't have got an
That's-
ambulance, and I would have been going crazy right now.
I would have known how to lay you down. Like, it all happened for a reason. Like,
Well,
if that would have happened while I was driving, honey, I don't know what.
Well, you wouldn't even have noticed you're driving.
I mean, I would have looked at you and it would have scared the shit out of me, and who knows? I would have crashed the car. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
it
Well, but-
all happened for a reason. So, yes, when you say we could leave, we were leaving because
leave.
you said you wanted to leave. I could have spent
No,
another good
we-
20, 30 minutes
Honey,
at Costco.
we did everything you needed to do there.
But,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
But that does not excuse you from going to Costco. No,
Yeah, it
you'll
does.
definitely be going to Costco. I can't. You're the one that's on the card.
I know, but we're gonna switch.
Once
that.
we switch it over,
done.
you don't have to come with me.
Yeah, I'm not going anymore.
Oh, my God.
But the other
Reliving
thing I
that
was
was
gonna
really
t-
scary.
yeah, the other
okay?
thing I was gonna tell you,
I'm tired.
I know I'm out of breath again, is one of the things that I hope and I think it did is, I just lost my train of thought.
I mean, I think like we could just end it there, honey, and we can come back to that thought another time. This is very exhausting.
See, this is
reliving
what he
this.
does. He pushes away
Oh
my
my
feelings
God.
and thoughts, like he did when I said I didn't feel good.
You're not gonna faint. Shut up and just tough it out.
No, oh, that's what I was gonna
Tough
say.
it
Hold
out.
on, no.
Walk it off.
I hope this helps you, cause your little thing that you do, babe. I'm just gonna be curt and call it out. Is you think that you know how people feel and think,
Yeah.
and you don't.
Right.
Right? So, for instance, I'm just going to give you for instance so you know I'm not like coming at Sean. But like me going, I don't feel right. I can't, my legs don't work. All that. Sean in his head goes, she hates shopping.
Yeah.
She hates Costco. It's fine. I'm going to just get what we need to get.
Yeah.
Instead of hearing me, like, because you think you know how I feel and what I think.
You know, in my defense, honey, you don't faint all the time. So I did not think that
I
wasn't
know,
on the
but-
table.
But what I never do, I really don't. I don't tell you that I don't feel right.
But
That's never happened.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm
In
gonna
all
tell you
our
that
8
that
years.
you have. We'll be at the casino. You're like, oh, I don't feel good. Like,
Well,
and then
if
time
I
goes
do,
by, and then it goes, and then it comes in waves, and it's like
right,
it's
but
happened before
different.
where you've
Right,
said that.
where I don't feel good. Yes,
Yeah.
but if I say I don't feel right, I know I use those words. I said I don't feel right.
Sure.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
And I said my legs don't want to work. I can't stand. I can't walk. I was shortness of breath.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Instead, but that's just one example. But like you do it all the time, where I'll go, "Hey babe, why don't you do this?" And you're like, "No, they don't want me to call
Right.
or whatever." And it's like you don't know,
No, I
like,
know.
but that's part of the reset. Like, just do you, like
Oh, I
you're
know.
telling me to
That's, honey,
do. I know. I'm just saying it's
I'm
a cool
on
thing.
that. I'm on
I
that.
know,
I'm
I
on
know.
that level. Damn. Y'all got an hour-long episode today, didn't you?
Damn, you got a dose of some goodness.
You got an hour-long episode.
Do you know what the moral of this story is? Try to be the light at Costco.
Oh, there you are. Be one of those three
Be
angels.
one of the 3.
Are you that angel?
I know.
Hmm.
You know what we could talk about next episode, babe?
What?
Is how they say there's only like, what is it, 144,000
Yeah.
actual like people on the planet that are
Angels.
real.
Yeah.
Like they call main characters,
Yeah.
and everyone else is an NPC, which is like a non-player character.
Yeah.
But honey, no joke, that's the visual I got. Everyone was a blur except these 3
Yep.
things.
Those
Anyways.
3 little angels. So I think on that note, we're going to play you out with the rest of our song called I Don't Care by Haunted Heir.
Just start it over for them, and they can
I
hear
am
the whole
from the
thing. Yeah.
beginning, H-E-I-R. And
Your
listen to
homework
us.
for this week is to like, share, subscribe
Subscribe.
to Acon
Review.
and review. And then also Haunted Heir.
Yeah, get
we're
on
gonna
it.
share. We're going to share to at least one other person. That's not a lot. Everyone goes 3 people. I'm not even telling you to do that.
Get
telling you
on
just
it.
one other person. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna,
We're exhausted.
I'm exhausted, honey.
I just said that.
And I don't do naps. Like Shane was talking about in that clip. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't do naps.
Shane.
I'm a grown-ass man. I don't nap.
There's something weird about people who always take naps.
I
like,
agree.
There's like you have not evolved from childhood
Those are NPCs. If
Those
you
are
nap all the time,
NPC.
you're an NPC.
because they're. You know why they're napping? Because there's no main characters in their life.
Right.
So they can just turn off.
Right.
Oh my God, that's what it is.
That's hilarious.
It is. That might be a
We'll
bit.
talk about
might
that
make
on a
that
bit
in-
on stand-up.
Shut
I'm
up.
starting to do stand-up, actually, everybody. And I'll come at you with some of my bits in one of these episodes. I swear to God. ACON podcast. Thanks
Stay
for,
nutty, everybody. Wow.
Bye for now.
And healthy.
Kimses.
No show. Once again, step back. Now you're dead. Get out. I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you've seen. I don't care what you've done. I just know what I need. Your fight, horn blows, put 'em up, too slow, knock out. I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you've seen. I don't care what you've done. I just care what it all means.
I found me when I found you. It's true, and I know now
Get away, think it through, break up, find you, shake it off. I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you've seen. I don't care what you've done. Let's just sit back and
see.